What is up, everybody? Matt here, back again to take a closer look at another one of my favorite albums, Meat Loaf's Bat Outta Hell. It was released on October 21st, 1977, and is the debut album of both Meat Loaf and his songwriter Jim Steinman. Todd Rundgren served as the producer. It proved so popular that it had 2 sequels and is currently a musical over in London. Jim Steinman began writing the songs for Bat Outta Hell originally for a musical he was working on called Neverland, which was supposed to be a futuristic take on the Peter Pan story. Meat Loaf, Jim, and the rest of the band would perform songs from the album to get signed to a record label, but nobody would hire them. Eventually they brought it to Todd Rundgren, who said, "This is just so crazy, I have to get this album made." He actually thought it was a parody when he first heard it, but when he really got into it, he was like, yeah, this could really work, and he was right. Todd would actually go on to play guitar on most of the tracks on the album. Todd mixed the album in one night, but of course it was mixed again. They weren't too happy with the final mix. The baseball commentary on Paradise by the Dashboard Light is given by Phil Rizzuto. The legendary Edgar Winter plays sax on this album. Max Weinberg of Conan O'Brien fame, as well as the E Street Band, plays drums on the album. Jim Steinman provides most of the piano tracks on here, and provides the voice of the young boy on You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth. Ellen Foley provides the leading female track on Paradise by the Dashboard Light, as well as the other backing vocals on the album. The official story of the album is it's about a guy who dies in a fiery motorcycle crash on the first track, Bat Outta Hell, and then the rest of the album is him looking at flashes of his life that come before him as he's laying there dying. And then the final track, for Crying Out Loud, is him standing before the gates of heaven before being dragged to hell. So, kind of a dark album, but still pretty cool. The album art alone is absolutely incredible and was done by a guy by the name of Richard Corbin. Corbin had done some incredible covers for Heavy Metal magazine, and so it was really a match made in heaven, pardon the pun. And when it first came out, it was not a successful album. It really took time for it to build up momentum, build up word of mouth. They went on an incredibly lengthy tour for it, one that blew out Meat Loaf's voice, but it did eventually catch on, and it has now been cemented as one of the earliest known examples of that kind of epic opera type rock and roll. There's so much more to talk about the making of this particular album, and it's been well documented in several articles and a book by Meat Loaf, so if you're really interested in the real trip to hell that these people went through to get this album made, definitely look that up. As a kid, being a kid, obviously I was sold on the album cover alone, and as I got older, much like the public did, I got more and more into it, and it wasn't until I got it on vinyl that I was really able to appreciate every single song and see how it was structured and produced, and it's really become one of my favorite albums. I really do love putting this album on and just getting that good epic feeling from it. It really has not just a rock opera feeling all around, but each song is its own mini opera. It's very, very cool. There are songs that are a little over the top, that it's really silly, but songs like Heaven Can Wait, 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad, and Crying Out Loud are just so incredibly heartbreaking. They're incredible songs, and I really do love listening to them. Is the album really over the top and silly? Yeah, but I mean, that's Meat Loaf, that's Jim Steinman, and you can really just appreciate it for what it is, an epic rock album. I'm always on the lookout for Bat Outta Hell 2 on vinyl. I know there was a small pressing of that, so I'm always on the lookout for that, because I think that's a very suitable sequel to this particular album. I really hope the musical comes to the United States. It's been getting really good reviews. It's been selling out in London, so fingers crossed on that one. I really want to see it. It looks really, really cool. And they're going to do original cast albums soon, so we'll get to hear what they sound like. But from clips I've seen, they do an incredible job, and so it's very cool to see this whole thing come full circle. And it has the blessing of Jim Steinman and Meat, so very, very cool on that. So that's all I have to say about the epic rock odyssey that is Bat Outta Hell by Meat Loaf. I will see you guys next time.